What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Entire Game Channel. I'm AJ Gells. Welcome back to... Wait, did I... God damn. If I cut out the first time I tried to say it, that, man, I fucked that intro up massively. How's it going, everybody? We're back with Hellblade. Oh, shit. Senua's sacrifice.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your call.
Alright, got a nice quick strike.
Finish this!
Why sacrifice when there is a new road ahead? The only one that makes any sense.
Come on. Crap. That was fun. I now know that you can actually also use the sprint button in combat. I did not know that before. I mean, it makes sense why you'd be able to.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another challenge.
Oh, I saw this. I covered this in one of my weekly shows. This was some stuff that was it was preview material for this game.
She's injured. She's not gonna make it.
Jesus.
She needs to keep going. Get up! She's going to die. Watch out! She's She's injured. She can still do it. Behind you.
God damn it.
He can read. You can do it. You're close. Get up quick. She's hurt. She won't make it. It's not over. It's not over. She can do it. She's scared. She's scared. No one. It's nearly over. Finish it. Right.
Whew. I don't think the death's rot has grown over the past couple fights. A little odd. I'd expect it to, because I've, you know, died. Should be a rune stone. Yep.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
You know, I guess I've called this game, compared this game to kind of like the Tale of Orpheus. Well, I guess now hearing that, it's...
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
Though I guess given that, it's actually more like that story and not... It's more like the story of Brunhild and Sigurd, as opposed to Orpheus. Though I will still say, I mean, I do think they sound very similar. Although at the same time, I get, you know, you read enough mythology, it all kind of... I'm not gonna say they like. It's not steal from each other. It's or borrow from each other. It's like they all kind of have. They have very similar, like, kind of like parables and stories and... Oh, that's neat. Jeez. that's left is the... I don't know the name of these runes, so I'll just say the last one. I don't know what I caught or what. It's just, I really want it to be over. I'm sick of all this coughing. Jeez.
Oh, Senua. Your father does not hate me. He just fears the souls in the underworld. He cannot see that they are already afraid. But I am their healer, and I must answer their cries for help, even if it displeases him.
The hell was that? It is hot as crap right now in my room. You know, I'm gonna probably go turn on my air conditioner. I don't like to have it on when I record just because it gets into the recording, but
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
It's coming. That song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us?
Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your soul.
Come on. There.
Oh, shit.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It's real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it? It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It's real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No, it's not. It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening. Go towards it.
Man. Yeah, I really hope we get a solid answer, or I really hope I get a solid answer to my questions of, is this like set in a world where all these, the gods and all this stuff is real, and or is this all like kind of within a figment of her own mind, or is this kind of the game? It's kind of up to your interpretation. Is it, is she just absolutely crazy, or
It's dead. He's got to use us.
I don't know. I hope we get a decisive
Ignore
call on it by the end of the game. I have a sinking feeling we won't, but I really hope we do, because I don't like it when games kind of leave it that kind of ambiguous. Whatever, they're trying to be too artsy with it. There's one other question I had. I don't know. It's that. I mean, I also want to know, like, what is this darkness inside, this, like, that deep, angry voice that we're hearing.
She was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney plains. was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
All right, there we go. We're getting some more backstory. Now, but again, I guess the problem is we're not going to get an exact answer of what's going on with Senua, because this is still, let's take the gods out of it for a moment. This is still set way before mental health was even a thing.
It's already disappeared.
And, you know, back in these days, you know, mental health, it was, you know, insanity, everything. It was afflictions caused by something supernatural. So I guess that's kind of the play here. It's kind of the
lone figure of a boy. Soul play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
But yeah, like I was saying, I guess this is kind of the point of this game, is kind of that interpretation of what is it? Is it gods? Is it mental illness or whatever? You know, it's kind of the question of what's truly the answer. I guess it's interesting to kind of leave that hanging kind of up to the player, but I don't know. I still like just I like a definitive answer in those kind of things. And so
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
does that sound a lot like the story of King Arthur? Alrighty then. Again, it's just it's really odd when you hear stories of, you know, you read a lot of mythology, you listen to a lot of these stories, a lot of them, it's almost like they borrow from each other. Or it's like I said, you see similar parables across cultures and generations. I don't know. This is one of those things that I find fascinating, but I'm not going to take the time to read a book and research just because I'm lazy and, you know. Video games are more my thing. I'm not very this sound, you know. I'm probably giving myself way more credit than I deserve, but I'm not. I would not even consider myself anywhere near well read, you know. Now it makes it sound like I'm saying I can't read. I can read. Sometimes better. Some days are better than others, but I can read, and I don't know. I used to enjoy reading books, and I still do from time to time, but for the most part, I prefer movies and video games, just because I like the visual storytelling better, and I like the interactiveness of video games more than just reading a book. But you'd also say I'm lazy, which that you're also not wrong. Sorry, I'm I'm just rambling. Jesus. Man, this coffee's really starting to hurt. Alright, it's just another path. So I wonder what we're gonna do about our busted up sword. So I'm guessing this chunk is leading us to a to get a new one. I just have a feeling.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him.
Perfecting her own secret dance. Wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, rampant, night after night.
It's not real. That's you. You want to believe it's real, but it's not. Where are you going? Where is she going? What is she finding? You can't even find. It's just deception.
I'll go back and we'll redo that that lore stone.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss?
If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew. And dance with it. Just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I'm not. I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy
They
you.
won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No!
And all your suffering will have been for nothing!
Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
You know, I really like that because I've seen how with the actress who plays Senua.
Can you see him? You won't believe it. Is he not real? Is he not?
I saw how they filmed this, and you know, is just a camera kind of like right by her face. I really like how they're doing a lot of this. You know, the frames and everything. I'm trying to think. I know it's not like cinematography or whatever. But it looks really cool, just kind of how it's like the voices coming from our perspective, and she's screaming at us. I have no other word for it other than it's really neat. So another lore stone.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new one that is true. Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy, and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
That sucks. Yeah, remember when I said it reminds me of the story of King Arthur? Yeah, that kind of quickly changed. Just making sure we aren't gonna miss something. I don't think so. I think we're good. Jeez, excuse me.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge ground by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard.
Go to the shards.
What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal runestones.
Alright guys, I hate to leave you hanging, but we're going to call this one quits here. I just want to say thank you so much for watching as always. Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com, links to all that stuff down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more next time guys, but until then, I am AJ Gells. This is the Unthought Gaming Channel. I'm out.